Okay, so let's say we want to make a little bit trickier letter. We'll still use the same process, starting from this point. We're going to make a sketch, pick our letter tool, make it roughly the size we want, and this time I'm going to pick a letter B, and what makes it trickier is that it has closed shapes to it. I still want it bold. I'll pick the same font. No, I'll pick a new one just for fun. So here we have letter B, and then we can drag it by the dotted lines only. That's looking about the right size. This is one where we don't have to follow exactly from the documentation. But we'll go here. We can measure just if we want. We'll click from one side to the other. From one side to the other should be 13 and very close to 13.5 millimeters, which is about what we want. So hit the spacebar to unselect it. We'll do an extrusion of that letter, 0.6 millimeters. Ta-da! That looks pretty good. And hopefully this is becoming familiar by now. We're going to make sure that that's a new item, not a copy, or not embedded into the other one. We use the mirror tool. Pick that new part we just made. Mirror plane. There's that. And we want that to be new also. So now we have 3 separate parts. This is where it gets a bit tricky. We're going to go and make a new sketch, still on this side like before. And we're going to start by doing our offset just like before. 0.25. You might say, Mr. Barnum, this is all looking exactly the same. What are you talking about? It's like, well, you'll see shortly. This is an offset going outwards, so we can finish that one. And if we were to end right now, we would have an outwards offset, but we're still missing the inside. So we're going to go back into that sketch, and now we're going to select the inside parts, like so. And we're going to do an offset internally. You click on this, 0.25. Check. And here, same thing. We're going to go here, here. You may be able to do both halves at the same time. Sometimes it gives an error, but it's good practice to do it separately anyway. So we're going to double click on this, 0.25. Check, and we can see it's actually going in, not out. Yes, we're good. We'll hit OK. That looks good. And now we're ready to complete. We'll name this one here. This is the offset sketch. Now we can get rid of that third part. Now we can take this part. We'll do an extrusion, a removal, merge with. We can do merge with part 1. Actually, that's exactly what we want. And here the depth is 0.6 millimeters. So now we've got a little b, we've got a big B. Only thing left to do is our chamfer. And if we're lucky, we can select all of that one at once. All of that one at once. It's looking pretty good. And let's make sure the big B is there. Big part of it, little part of it, all lines up. Good to go.